Good day, family. Dr. Brown back with another segment on health and wealth. We are in the beginning of 2019. Thank God for that. A lot of family and friends did not cross over into this new year with us. But nonetheless, gotta give God the praise, give Him all the glory, give Him the thanks. Now, this segment is going to be on fruits and vegetables. And before I get started, I always want to let my viewers know that I am a student of Dr. Sebi. I am a living proof of the African bio-mineral balance. When I say living proof, before I stumbled across Dr. Sebi, I was 286 pounds. I didn't consider myself to be overweight, but I was overweight, 42 in waist. And about 11 months into it, I dropped 120 pounds. So my weight, it went to 167. I hold that constant. And my waist went from a 42 to 29 inches. And that is because I disciplined myself in sticking with the natural foods, the natural herbal medicine we call minerals. So this is all about fruits and vegetables. And right now, this is the beginning of January 2019. And during my research, I come across a lot of different information, but I don't get too scientific into facts when I present my findings and present my knowledge to you. You may think it's a bit biased or controversial, but I base my findings on observation more than relying on science, because science they contribute, they open our eyes to a lot that we did not know. But on the flip side, bear in mind that there's also a ton of information that they still are hiding from the public, knowledge. So when I say I base my findings or base my information on personal observation, right now I'm 2 years into my research, into me changing my way of life. And with that being said, I call it the industry. The industry, they have access to all the labs, all of the books, all of this information. And it seems that whenever they put out a new study or new findings, people just they jump on it and they gobble it up without asking questions and without even knowing the truth behind what is natural, what is unnatural, what is safe, what is unsafe. And there's still a lot of food that is being approved for human consumption, which it ain't supposed to be, but that's just the way of the world. We call it the industry. And with that being said, I don't study all the facts and the findings, but that science backed up. I do a lot of research. I get deep. I go as far back as I possibly can. And I use myself for perfect example. You go on YouTube, there was a lot of people, they sharing their own personal testimonies. And for me, you don't need better science than that, in my personal opinion. Because some of the information that science produces, yes, we could relate to it. But I'm pretty sure I ain't the only one out here don't agree with all of it. So we have to be mindful and be cautious with these new studies and the information that they're bringing out. And we are just taking it, accepting it, and not even asking questions or doing our own research to back up what they say or what science says. So that is something to be mindful about for the conscious community, in 2019. Now, like I said, the topic is about fruits and vegetables. Now, I'm going to bring you my findings based on my personal experience, based on my research, based on my knowledge. Now, facts. You have a lot of vegans out there. They don't eat meat, and they don't consume, a lot of these processed foods. But nonetheless, they call vegans for a reason. So the foods that they are consuming still in some way contributing to health issues. And don't take my word for it. You can look it up. A lot of vegans find themselves in some serious medical complications and are in need of medical assistance. Now ask yourself why. The reason for that being is this: not all fruits and vegetables are and were created equal. Now with that being said, now you have to understand first and foremost for yourself, and you could actually do some research behind this. There are companies that are behind the major distribution of hybrid seeds, and Monsanto's being one of the leading companies that distributes their GMO seeds all around the world. In terms of these farmers who have these farms, and they are farming for mass production. So they say there ain't enough food to feed the world population. But look around, people. Look around. All depends where you are, the information that you receive, and you just gotta open your eyes and use common sense. So even though you want to eat healthy in 2019, you may be a vegan, you may disagree with a lot of the information that I'm bringing forward to you. If you are not one of them with your health issues, which then you need to pay attention. But there was a big issue in the market today with so-called organic and GMO. Well, let me break the news for you in 2019. It is very hard, very difficult to put your hands on organic produce, on organic fruits and vegetables, on organic foods on the whole. Because not because a food item or food product is labeled as organic, that does not mean that it is. Now, for perfect example, if you follow Dr. Sebi, may his soul rest in peace. Dr. Sebi, he brought out a food list, an approved food list that, would be the better choice, the better option for you. Now, he also have a GMO list, for those of you who are not aware of, genetically modified organisms. And let's just say on the top of that list was corn. Corn was genetically modified and, made in a lab. But you could go in stores, around the world, different countries, and you could actually go in the produce section and see a corn labeled as organic. Now, let that set in. Same as carrot. You go in stores and find you have carrot labeled as organic. So what does that mean? That the farmers didn't use herbicides, pesticides, and other chemicals and fertilizers with all kind of chemicals in whatever product that they use, or whatever product that was given to them from the industry, for mass production. Your crops grow to resist bugs and all this other stuff, and so on and so forth. But it gets deep, and it goes in a lot of details, which I don't want this video to be too long and too bored, but there's a lot of science and evidence that back this up. Once again, bear in mind, science. But you have to open your eyes, pay attention, use your common sense to really navigate your way around these foods in 2019 and beyond. So, with that being said, a lot of the fruits and vegetables that you are consuming, they have a lot of herbicides and pesticides and other chemicals in them, whether it's labeled GMO or not. It could be labeled as organic, because like I say, based on my findings and my studies, a lot of vegans, and I don't have nothing against them, I ain't pointing nobody out, but I'm just using that as a base to get my point across. So if these people, they stay away from the processed food as much as possible, they only mostly eat fruits and vegetables, stay away from the meat, all the dairy, starch, all that stuff, why is it that they are still having health issues? Why is it that they are still having complications? Am I the only one aware of this? And for those of you who are thinking about changing your diet in 2018, you want to gravitate more towards, the natural fruits and vegetables. I urge you to look into that very carefully and very specifically. And the reason for that is this. This is my personal opinion. You have to cycle your foods. And like I say, I'm 2 years into it. I lost 120 pounds on Dr. Sebi diet or on his information that I obtained. And when I got started, when I say cycle my food, I didn't just rely on all fruits and vegetables. I still used to eat organic chicken, still eat fish. Well, I'm in the Bahamas, tropical island, so I don't have that problem with these farm raised fish that is raised and have all of the harmful chemicals and antibiotics there's so much stuff they put inside these farm raised fish that you wouldn't believe. Look that stuff up as well for those of you who like tilapia and salmon. Look up farm raised fish, and you let me know what you find. Let me know what you think, or if you will still be consuming that stuff at the end of the day. But yeah, I cycle between fruits, vegetables, but I don't eat too much fruits just because I know much of it is hybrid GMO, and I even my grain food selection is still limited because a lot of stuff on Dr. Sebi hybrid food list that I don't consume, like the spinach, the broccoli, the cauliflower, the celery, the carrots, the potatoes, that dumb stuff I don't consume. So, but I still was successful to this day. 2 years later, I still maintain my weight. Got good health. I never had any health issues in the past that I know of. But nonetheless, 2 years later, I'm still on my regimen, still disciplined, still doing what is needed, and I'm still getting good results to this day. So, I urge you who are consuming fruits and vegetables in large amount, do your best to get organic. And even consuming organic fruits and vegetables, do your best to wash your food, because a lot of you don't wash your food. I use a solution of the Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother and baking soda. I get a big bowl, soak my stuff, and I let them sit for a couple of minutes. I don't just buy stuff, wipe it off with my shirt or whatever, rinse it off under a tap, and then think it's safe to eat. No. I mean, if it ain't natural, right? It will still help to get rid of some of the residue, the chemicals, the residue of your fruits and vegetables. And let me add this for a lot of people, a lot of my viewers. Yes, I am aware that this is the real world that we are living in, and I know it is hard, damn near impossible, to run away from everything that is not good. Now, with that being said, you still do not have to be ignorant to the fact. Much of these foods that we are consuming, we can't avoid. We can avoid from we the parents consuming it ourselves, and more importantly, we can avoid our kids from consuming these hybrid foods. Along with the hybrid foods, all of the harmful chemicals that come along with it. So please do your best to wash off your fruits and your vegetables. Now, like I say, especially for us in a tropical location, we call it paradise, but hey, paradise ain't paradise if you look at it from my point of view. Especially, once again, dealing with the industry, the food industry, the medical industry. Then we have issues now with all these medication. Everybody are on medication for some reason or the next, because you all are not aware of the powers of the natural foods and the natural minerals. And I really pay attention to details. And when I say details, yes, following Dr. Sebi, He really did a lot and changed a lot of lives while he was here. But I got a working mind. I got a curious mind. I ask questions. So Dr. Sebi did his research, and I realized that, hey, Dr. Sebi had to gather this information from somewhere. So I dig and I went back, like I said, as far as I possibly can, back to Hippocrates, way back, ancient Greeks, ancient Egyptians, and along the way, especially if you don't have any background or any knowledge on the natural, you know what the body needs and what the body don't. But I tell you, once you dive into this world, you'll get a lot. You'll know how to navigate your way, especially between all the bullshit that they feed us in society. Because much of the information I receive on doing online studies, online research. And when I first got started, you know, I was not aware of certain foods. I was not aware of certain minerals. And one of the things that I look back and I smile about, in terms of dealing with the with the pharmaceutical industry, the medical science behind all of this. They show a lot of information, to back up this vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin, all these other stuff that they come across, and they tell you where you can find all these vitamins. But when you study and you go back as far as I have and will continue to do to bring the information forward to you, there was no such thing back in the day as vitamins or so-called vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B, all this other bullshit. Excuse my French for some of you. You know, the only thing that I find, the further back I go, the only thing I discovered, the word that I discovered was mineral and minerals, not vitamins, not enzymes, not protein, and all this other bullshit that they feed. Minerals. Dr. Sebi said best. You are a living being. You are alive and you are electric. To complement an all natural body, you need all natural food, medicine. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. You know, and there's no complication in terms of you want to live a healthy life, a healthier lifestyle. Implement a good platform or foundation on health and nutrition, diet and exercise. There's nothing complicated. If you go and you start to look up some information and it get too complicated and they're using all these big scientific words, I tell you, I would advise you to caution that. Because yes, the body is complicated. It is very complicated. It is very unique. But on the flip side, the body is also very simple to maintain. Very simple. Because you will hear a lot of natural herbalists and someone who teach, natural medicine. And this is facts. If you want to base some of your knowledge or information on science, the body is fully capable of healing itself. Now, what does that mean? Think about it for a sec. If the body is fully capable of healing itself, you know, why is it that people are still on medication? They got Alzheimer's, heart disease, diabetes, sickle cell, asthma, sinus, all these other so-called sickness, which Dr. Sebi said that, hey, there's only one cause for disease, and that is the accumulation or excess mucus in the body. Because you've been putting all of this processed food and harmful chemicals in the body for so long, your immune system is compromised. Your mucous membrane has been breaking down. So now you have excess amount of mucus throughout the body. And for those of you who are on medication, I can't say it or stress it enough. Simply go on a fast. Simply change your diet. Learn about the natural herbs, which is mineral. Your body is seriously deficient in minerals, not vitamins, not vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, and all these other vitamins. You are deficient in minerals. Minerals come from the earth. It's not manufactured in a laboratory. All right. So common sense. I'll say it again. Minerals are naturally made and manufactured from Mother Nature, not from scientists putting together all kind of chemicals in a lab. That does not assimilate in the human body, people. And it's in the food, it's in the air, it's in the medicine. We got stressful jobs, 9 to 5. A lot of us got jobs that we don't even like. But at the end of the day, knowledge is power, and you have to empower yourself by making yourself knowledgeable about a lot of natural stuff. There's natural solutions, natural alternative. You know, you don't have to bring in your life in 2018 with these sickness and disease. Like, hey, this cycle is going all over again for the rest of the year. So you'll be coming into 2019 with the same problem, coming into 2020 with the same problems. How much of you is battling with overweight? You've been overweight all your life. You don't think that there's a simple solution? Change your diet. You don't think it's that simple? Try it. Cycle between fruits and vegetables. Do your best to get your hands on organic, and make sure you wash your food. So, fruits and vegetables, smoothies, fruit smoothies. One of the main things that I would urge you to get your hands on is Irish moss. Irish moss is a powerhouse. So let Irish moss be the base of your blend. So smoothies, green tea. And when I say green tea, I don't mean all of the garbage out of the food store. You know, packaging, labels. Hey, much of it, you just buying labels. You're buying a lie, because a lot of the stuff that they even got labeled inside these products are not even there. And that is facts. You could look all the stuff up. So green tea, like go in the bush. If you don't know about bush, everybody knows someone, especially on a tropical location that knows bush. You go in the bush, you get your sour sop, you get your neem, you get your sorrel seed, you get your fever grass, you get your 5 finger, you get your sour sop leaf, stuff like this, green tea. And I discovered something from making my teas, because growing up, I grew up on an island, and we grew up just making teas out of a single leaf, one leaf. But I found that my tea is more potent. It does more the more variety of leaf that I put into my teas. So when I say varieties, when you go and you actually get your hands on these leaves, boil at least 3 leaves or more, and that would be a very potent and powerful green tea mix for you. So green tea, and implement exercise. I know a lot of I know you just ain't gonna come at the gate and just go all out into it. No, you gotta gradually get yourself into it. And for those of you who are living a very congested life, in terms of your job or your family or whatever, if you're not able to get out there and exercise the way that you need to, then I would suggest you get yourself a jump rope. Very, very efficient, very effective. And you don't have to jump rope for a long period of time. Start off 5 minutes, work your way up to 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, but like 20, 30 minutes of jump rope, trust me, that's all you need. And I'm talking about when you get to a pro level, you don't need a jump rope for more than 20, 30 minutes. That's my personal opinion, because what it does. And cycle between speed rope and a heavy rope, because they do two completely different things for the body. I jump rope, I just started, wasn't doing it too long and too consistent, but from my experience, with the jump rope is very effective in terms of, dropping the weight and keeping it off. So for those of you who are still stuck on medication 2019, I know a lot of folks ain't gonna like me for this, but hey, I just bring the information, I bring the truth. Change your diet, start fasting. And in one of my other videos, the two set of people that I don't recommend to go on a fast, just up and going to fast. If you have an advanced case of immune deficiency, autoimmune deficiency, which in, we know it in today's society, we call it AIDS. It is just an immune deficiency. Dr. Sebi describes that, the excess buildup of mucus is in the skin, is in the blood, is in the lymphatic system that makes up the immunological system. So, it's simple information. Nothing complicated, nothing scary. You don't have to be shy or afraid, to go out and get your situation checked and get your situation back on track. Because it ain't that serious. Trust me. And the next set of people that I wouldn't advise to just go on a fast is if you are suffering from anorexia. That's when a person starves themselves, they don't have too much body weight. So the body, in both cases, whether it's an autoimmune deficiency or anorexia, your body does not have any any reserves, excuse me. So the body, when you're healthy, your body eats away at itself. And when I say eats away at itself, the body use what you have already internally stored. That's how the body get itself back in perfect alignment, get your health back in check, get your weight back in check. And the one thing that I enjoy after a fast is your mental clarity, your mental focus. You have the ability to see things clear, to think straight. And in today's society, very stressful. A lot of people don't not even have that. That's why you do not make the best or the wise decision, to better serve you. You think you're stuck. You think you have no other alternative. You think there's no other way out. But 2019, do yourself a favor, go online. There's a lot of natural herbalists online spreading the health, through wealth, or spreading the wealth through health. You really have to pay attention to the details. You can't be scared to try certain stuff, and it ain't gonna be easy. And on the flip side, it won't be hard. You just have to get your mind right. First and foremost, you have to get your mind right, program the brain that, hey, you're gonna discipline yourself to do what is necessary, what you need to do to get yourself in a different situation, a different state of mind in 2019. And this is my contribution to you. Like I say, I spent a lot of time, spent a lot of hours researching, a lot of different stuff, pertaining to the body, pertaining to health and nutrition. And, as I get my findings, I'm more than open, and I'm more than ready and willing to share it. You can't be biased. Each one teach one. Because regardless of all the different race, nationalities, different religion, we agree on one thing. This is one planet Earth, and we are here together. And we have to fix the problem. We can't continue in 2019 to point fingers and cast the blame, even though we know there's a group or certain selection of people. They have a lot of influence over what we have access to. They have a lot of power, the back, all of the stuff that is going on. But nonetheless, we are the consumers. Keep that in mind. Me and you, we keep them in power. We keep them in the position that they are in. So when you change your mental focus, when you change your reality, then we will then begin to switch the balance, of our situation in 2019 and beyond. So, this is Dr. Brown once again. Health and Wealth 2019. You can follow me on Facebook and YouTube. That's DRBROWNREALVIBCC. And stay tuned to part two. Segment two is going to be about some of my personal foods, some of my personal minerals that I take on a day to day. Because even in 2019, a lot of folks still are not familiar with the natural food, or the better choice, or the better selection, that ensure optimal health. Carry this on through 2019 and beyond. So segment two, check it out. I'll share some of my pills, some of my herbs, some of my food products that I actually consume on a day to day. And like I say, I'm still receiving all the benefits. My weight is constant. I started to eat more heavy fibrous food because I'm lifting weights more, because I wanna pack on a few extra pounds, and that is the reason. But nonetheless, I still cycle between meals. So stay tuned. Segment two of what I eat, and a lot of you don't know what these foods are, so I will break it down and just give you a little introduction into what that is. So until next time, this is Dr. Brown, wishing you all the best in 2019 and beyond. So until next time, peace and love.